And welcome back to another episode of Goblin-Sighting D&D. I'm your DM. These are my adventurers. When last we left, we were in it with the pirate Vidown Keelhammer and his associates, having failed to secure negotiations for the release of the key to the crypt of Kyrdal. The children of Neverwinter, you had begun fighting, you had chased him into the chamber, and now you are in the middle of combat with him. You were fighting his squid shark pet, but then you killed it, and one of the sirens that was assisting in battling you guys. There's a coral golem running around as well, and the down is looking hurt. So, top of the round, Rongear, you're up.
I get to try and...
Oh yes, there's also a foot of water on the ground. Edra, you're on deck.
And I get to try and get out of my... This is to try and overcome or recover from the siren or what?
Let me double check how the siren works. Siren. So, the way that works is you repeat the saving throw at the end of your turns.
But
so
I don't have anything that I can do.
Correct. So,
we're
just going to call this your turn, and then you make the save. What's up?
Well, the other thing, if I remember correctly, if I get hurt by someone, or is that a different one?
If you take damage from a source
anybody
other than the siren.
So if somebody knew that they could do a small amount of damage to me and get me out of this if they wanted.
Correct.
The other thing I have is, can he hold his action?
Not when he's charmed, he's incapacitated.
Okay.
And I have to roll what?
You have to roll a wisdom saving throw.
I know. What's the... Or don't you don't tell me.
I mean, you failed on an 11.
Oh.
So...
And my wisdom is infinite. No, it's plus 4.
Which one?
My white notebook.
16.
My spells on.
You are no longer charmed. You feel the searing pain of the slashes on your face and neck. You...
Did that break my concentration?
I'll say you would have made a concentration check on the flaming sphere when you were attacked. So, unless that didn't happen, then no. Have you seen Edra's notebook anywhere?
It looks just like that. I mean, that's not it because of course it's here. But it should be right in the sky. I'm sorry, I didn't notice it before.
Huh.
Well, the reason I'm asking
pause
is
it real
because
fast
I've
here.
got the sphere that...
So anyway, theoretically yes, but it's the end of your turn. Do you make
Isn't
the
that a
save?
bonus action? Oh,
Your
it had to be
turn
an end of it.
is
Yeah, okay,
movement,
yeah. Okay.
Action, bonus action, any free
Okay.
actions you want to do.
Yeah, okay.
End of all that, with all of that gone,
Okay.
you made the save and you succeeded.
Okay.
So you are no longer charmed
And I can't be charmed again by her.
for 24 hours, correct?
Well, if we're still around doing this 24 hours from now, we're in trouble.
Well, hopefully, she's going to be dead before the next 24
That's what I
hours.
meant.
Yeah.
Everybody but us is supposed to be dead by then, except for maybe that.
Yeah.
Let's...
So,
I'm
you're
in a
up.
box.
You're in a box.
How does she get out?
Well, that is an excellent question.
That is the whole question.
I'm going to answer you honestly for once in my little life. I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
Correction, I don't know how she gets herself out of that box.
Somebody has to get me out.
Presumably, yes. Unless this is a spell that can continue beyond the Down's death, it's
Oh, right.
probably going to be something like... He appears to be keeping at least one eye in your direction at all times. So it's probable that he's concentrating somewhat on the cage that he's got you in.
Is it a cage or is it a box?
It's a box.
Oh, shoot.
He got you in a box.
So basically...
No spells in or out.
Right.
You have control of your spiritual weapon. He has control over his tentacle that is inside the box with you.
Right.
So you can hit people, he can hit you.
Right. So I'm going to hit him.
Okay. Make an attack.
Yep. Come here, you. plus 11.
26 will hit.
Okay. And then I get 2d8 plus 10. Oh, that's cool. Perfect. And which do you think I remember that? Ooh, 7. That's 5's 12. 22.
Wow. That hurt. I think you have to make a. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Well, now hang on a minute. Okay. He maintains concentration, but he's looking bad.
Good.
Oh, I see.
And speak of the devil, here he is.
Quite literally.
Okay. He is going to hit you with the tentacle.
Oh. Ow.
He is not going to hit you with the tentacle.
Whew.
I think. I'll double check that really fast here so I don't get tripped with nothing.
Okay.
Alright, this one. No, 15 did not hit you, I don't think.
Nope, because I got a 20.
Alright.
Well.
Then for his action, he is going to cast False Life on himself.
What? Oh, false light.
That was more for me than for you.
But we heard it.
Oh, sometimes God talks to himself out loud. Okay. So he kind of takes a drop of alcohol, rubs it across his lip, and then you can see he kind of, some of his wounds start to close a little bit.
So we decided we want him out of the way.
What?
We decided we want him out of the way, right?
What are
We
talking
want him
about?
dead. I think.
Do you want him dead?
Do we want him dead? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, it would be awfully hard to find out where the key is if he's dead.
Thank you.
So,
I think the plan is to force him to surrender somehow.
right, charm him or control him or...
Not tie him up.
Right, exactly. All the basic
Just
things.
not kill him.
Right.
So that's his turn. The coral golem is going to check my mental map real fast here. I don't think it's near enough to anyone yet to hit anyone. So it's just going to keep moving around. So it's providing a physical shield between the bulk of the dangerous ones, namely him, Lisbeth, and Finn and Victor, over on that side. So it's between you guys and the down. Sorry. If you want to attack him, he will have half cover. So.
Just a quick point of question.
Yes.
If I'm attacking him from above with his spiritual weapon, does his
Spiritual weapon will he will. Well, you know because he's side on to you. But if you were to attack him from the side where the golem is between the two of you, he would have half cover.
The golem one?
No, the down one. because
No,
of
I'm
the
looking for golem.
Well, the golem?
Yeah.
No. The golem does not have half cover.
Oh, it's
the
the
down
that
has half cover
half.
because
Gotcha,
you're
gotcha,
hiding
gotcha,
behind the
gotcha.
golem.
I gotcha.
You, on the other hand, if you were able to attack him, would not suffer from half cover because
Right, I could see him
you
from the side.
guys are
Right,
here. I mean,
right,
like everyone is over here. The
Right.
down is over here. The golem is here. You're somewhere back over
right,
here.
right, I can see him.
So
Okay, cool.
you're basically getting a profile of this.
Right.
Elizabeth is going to attack the remaining. Where'd it go? Siren. There it is.
Thank you.
6 months free gas. 6 months free gas.
Nobody cares. That ain't free gas.
It's free, it's just not much fun.
Mm,
Well, it's okay. It's not much free.
you pay a price with that kind of gas.
This is true, yes.
So, trying to find her. It's dead. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Quick question before he goes after her. Is it possible to turn her and have her go after Vidaunt? Would she only do damage, or would she be able to kind of hold him in a spell?
You could theoretically try if you like, but you're in a cage.
Not me personally. Not me, but I'm just trying to think of if I get out of the cage. I'm trying to think of
break
something
up
that we
these.
could...
How would you do it?
I don't know. Let me see what I've got here. I'm just trying to figure out a way to keep him alive, but keep him basically enchanted.
Yeah. For now, though,
Yeah,
Elizabeth
okay,
is going to just
yeah.
kind of give her a wallop.
Yeah.
Because with Victor not being suffering from eye bite, I don't have to redo those
Oh, good.
attacks with disadvantage, so we can just leave it alone. So Elizabeth is just going to pound on her. Where'd you guys go?
The last one?
It fled behind the tower.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, good heavens! What are you doing in there? No. It was hiding in the base of the tower.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's well, that's pretty sure it's gonna be a hit at the end of the day. Given it's Elizabeth we're dealing with. Oh, yeah, it is slow. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's a 18 to hit, which will hit. 19 plus 10 is 29, and a 28. First hit. Yeah, that's a 10, which wipes out El Sereno.
Yeah.
Who's left?
Coral
Besides him?
Golem, the human woman who's just kind of peering out from behind the dais now, and Vidaunt himself.
So,
There go all those spells.
and she's the one that did the water.
Yep.
And the question would be, if she dies, does the water stop?
Well, make a perception check.
Both of us, or just him?
Just
in the
since he's
box?
asking the question.
Nope.
Okay. No clue. She might.
Yeah, perception, it was a 7.
What's
Yeah,
your
no clue.
bonus? Oh, a total of
With
7?
my bonus.
Ouch.
Oof, that's a no idea.
It was a net 1.
So she
And that
wipes
one.
out the siren, and it is. Oh, they're gone.
What's that?
Oh, the squid shark is gone, so it's not his turn anymore.
Right.
And the sirens are gone because that was their turn next.
Right.
So now it's Finnan's turn. And Finnan is going to fire an arrow at the coral golem. Doesn't want to get up to grips with it just yet.
Yeah.
Just kind of see what happens. That could be fun to play. But no, we're not doing that today. That's a 25. Where'd my internet go? The internet just cut out completely.
Really?
Gone. Just gone.
Sorry.
No.
No, I mean, I
Loading
don't
up
know.
the hotspot. This may take a minute. Sorry, people.
We don't have the best with. I don't think it's the best with.
Sorry about that. It's been doing it all day. Just
Well, just if it's any comfort to you, the other two places I was using internet is exactly the same way. So I don't know whether it's the weather patterns or whether there's, I don't know, but it's been very.
The conspiracy theorist to me says one thing.
No, I'm just
The
thinking.
YouTuber in me says shut up.
Sorry, I'm just thinking in terms of the weather.
So, yes, it's definitely the weather.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 25 to hit, and it impacts the golem, and nothing happens.
I see.
It just tings off and is
Kind of like shooting an arrow at a rock, isn't it?
pretty much.
I thought about that one.
Yeah. So that's his turn. And Victor is going to turn on the golem and attack. That's a 24. Right? 24. 27. 26. Yeah, all those hit. So the first one deals 5 points of damage.
I've got internet.
Interesting. I don't. At least not on that. It's 5, 9, total of 12 points of damage. You can see that his sword did something to the golem. You can see bits of it come cracking off.
Ah, good.
So that comes to the human. No.
No, I was doing a
My
side talk.
axe.
Oh.
That, I mean, that's
So-
a stonemason's tool, right?
No, it's a battle axe. If anything, it's a woodcutter's axe. 'Cause
Right, yes.
the lore that we figured out behind it was that it was created by a dwarf who was feuding with dryads in the wood. So, that brings us to the woman. She is going to come out. And yeah, she's going to try again. She's going to turn to you, Rongir, and say, really? This fighting is stupid. Shouldn't we just not? And I need you to make a saving throw. I think it's a wisdom saving throw.
Don't be defeated before you roll. Positive attitude goes a long way. She got a medal for one today.
Okay, we're putting that into this here. Wisdom saving throw.
11.
Total? She makes good sense. You really shouldn't be fighting her.
Somebody hit me if it will take me out of it.
I don't think it will. But someone will hit you if you ask them to.
No doubt.
Maybe bludgeoning to a wizard. Okay. Interesting. So, this woman is a friend. What she says makes good sense. You should really listen to her.
So I'm just not going to fight, is all she said. It's not that I'm going to, at this point in time, she only gave me one set of instructions.
Well, it's not a command. This is not command. This is not instructions. This is her being very persuasive. And so, as you turn to her, she smiles, and just for the briefest second, her teeth seem off. But it's not a problem. She's a friend. Friends sometimes have weird teeth. And she turns to you and goes, "You really should protect Mr. Keelhammer. Captain Keelhammer is a friend of mine, and he should be a friend of yours, and you should really stop these people from hurting him."
But we don't know how I get from under her geese.
It's not Gaius.
But it's something like that. I mean,
It's a charm person spell,
Yeah.
for being honest.
I can't remember how we get out of charm person.
You make this. I'm gonna check and see how.
I'm wondering if somebody else can get me out from the turn. I don't want to get to the turn where I'm fighting against all the people in our
Oh,
group.
sorry. You make that save with advantage.
Oh,
Try it again.
Try it again.
Roll again because you make the save with advantage. What'd you get?
7.
Okay. But you make the save with advantage because you were fighting against her. Until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it.
To it. To her.
It being the spell. Right? It being
human.
him. No.
So if somebody does something harmful to
if
me,
she or her companions
Her
do something
companions.
harmful to you,
Ah.
then the spell ends. So as long as the golem, the down, and her do nothing harmful to you, the spell lasts.
before you get to me, could somebody kill her?
You were right after her.
Oh, you're right. She is. At the end of the turn. So, what she has asked you to do is protect Captain Keelhammer and stop these people from hurting.
Listen to the instructions carefully. Because
Doesn't involve hurting any of my people.
it also involves keeping him alive, which we need to do, and every one of us is on the same page there.
What you got?
No, I was just thinking that if he stopped, if he gave in, and I mean, this is probably a false way of thinking, but if he were willing to agree to a truce and give us the key, then we would not harm him anymore.
Yes, but she didn't tell you to make him stop fighting. She said to protect him.
Well, that would protect him.
No, it wouldn't, because you know that the rest of the group doesn't want him alive at the end of the day once we get the key. And perfidious rascals we are for wanting to kill him.
But she didn't say anything about attacking herself.
However, she's a friend. You wouldn't attack a friend. And she's not attacking Captain Killhammer. So, no. I know where you're going with that, and no.
Keep trying.
It's like what happened with Elizabeth and the Black Spider.
Yes.
I really should have tackled you first, back in the day, at the Black Spider, but I'm glad I didn't because it made for some,
People would have probably been willing to kill me. at that
well,
point,
specifically it made for some very interesting scenarios that happened in the wake of that.
I'm trying to think of any spell that I've got that puts, not layman's because that's too,
Long.
and it's also too much of a. What spell do I have that can make him
Do you have Big D's hand?
You do.
big D's? What is it?
It can theoretically either interpose itself between him and something else, or it can pick him up and carry him somewhere else, somewhere safe.
That's protection.
Or you could start whamming on
I don't
the
want to wham.
scoundrels who are trying to kill Captain
No,
Killhammer.
I'm basically trying to protect him, literally.
Exactly. So I'm trying to give you
Yeah.
options here with what I know you have. All I know that you have is either offensive spells or something like Big B's hand that could stop him from getting attacked.
Okay, another way to stop him from getting attacked would be to banish him, then he would be completely safe.
Do I have bench? Yeah.
Does he have banishment? I thought it was a cleric spell.
I have it, I don't know whether he has it or not.
I don't know if he has access to it.
Okay.
Just a
We
second.
gotta decide quickly here because combat is
Sorry.
continuing.
It wouldn't help him if I turned Nevers to stone.
Nope, it would not. That would be specifically against what she asked you to do.
Yeah. And making him dance might, could
No,
be-
you have banishment.
Yeah.
And what level is it?
4th.
Okay. So if I banish him,
Yeah. Keep
then
him
he
safe.
can't be hurt.
He will be
Yeah.
safe.
And I'm the only one that can bring him back, or
He comes back after a minute, or if you lose concentration.
and I do lose my hammer. My fire
Yes.
sphere, but that's okay because I don't care about that.
Yeah.
So banish.
He makes a DC 19 Charisma saving throw, which he sucks at. So, whoop, I like. He doesn't suck at Charisma. That's his best thing. No, he is not banished. He kind of looks at you and just goes, "What are you doing?"
But I didn't hurt anybody.
Nope. So that is your turn.
Including
I'm gonna
him.
level spell down. Edra, you're up.
I'm trying to keep you from being hurt. I'm your friend.
He kind of looks between you and her, and his eyes just kind of flicker unfocused for a second, and then he goes, "I see. Well, feel free to try it again in a moment. I'm willing to try now." Yeah.
I would like to spiritual weapon the Human.
Okay. Make a attack roll.
19 plus 10.
29 will hit.
Okay. 8. Nice. 7. 15 plus. Oh, sorry, it was 19 plus 11, but we're good. So that's 15 plus 10 is 25.
Okay. Sorry, what?
25.
25 points of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you hit her, I need you to make a perception check.
Plus 5 is 16.
Okay. As you hit her, you can see a flash of rows of needle teeth in her eyes briefly turn a blank green. As she turns in your direction. So that's your bonus action.
And I can't do anything else that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Let me double check Force Cage really fast.
Box. It's a box.
It's the spell is Force Cage.
Oh, okay. I wish it were a cage.
Well, I had the option of making a box, a cage 20 feet on the side and made from half-inch diameter bars spaced a half-inch apart, or a box creating a solid barrier that prevents any matter from passing through it and blocking any spells cast into the area. The point
bottom?
was, huh?
Does it have a bottom?
The floor, sure.
Can I roll it?
Nope. It's an immovable box.
I did.
It's got a floor. It's floored on the
On the ground.
ground.
Yeah. I thought maybe I could jump on the side and turn sideways and fall over and crawl at the bottom.
Make an athletics check for me, just for the hell of it.
Building that 20.
Oh, I get a plus. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Again, this words are kind of strong. I have 21.
You hit it, and you hit it really hard, and it does not even budge off the floor. That was your action.
Well, at least I did something.
Yeah.
I feel better for having done something.
Do you have any transportation means by magical means? Just checking.
No, and I don't think I've taken anything like that either.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Cantrips.
Alright. The Down's up next, and he's going to bonus action whack you.
Who's the you?
You.
Bonus action.
He's going to hit you with the
Oh, that's right,
tentacles
because
of
the tentacles
death.
inside. Right.
Yeah, that's a 25.
Yeah.
So that will be 9 points of cold damage. And then he's going to use his action. Ooh, what to do?
So many choices.
So many choices. Ooh. No, I can't do that one yet. Can't do that one yet. Rats. 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 He is going to. There's just so many concentration spells running around right now. He is going to. Yeah. He is going to hold up his hand towards Pokemon. And cast Eldritch Blast. And he is going to use Agonizing Blast. Yes. That's already happened. Yes, it's already happened. Agonizing Blast is already happening, so he's going to fire 3 spears of Eldritch Energy that are like a blue sea green almost out of his hand. And they're going to slash out at Victor.
Is that similar to magic to missiles?
No, they have to make attacks. It's 23, a 29, and a 28. All 3 hit. That's
Can
15.
you roll for my saving throws?
15, 15, and 14. Wow.
Whoa. Only 4. Ouchie.
Oh no, I'm sorry, that was a 9. That last one was a 9. 15, 15, and 9, so 39 points of damage to Victor. And he's going to use Repelling Blast. So Victor's going to have to... What he needs to say
It's
about
more
this.
than one.
No, it's a feature of Eldritch Blast. Agonizing Blast is a damage thing. Repelling Blast is... Yeah, he's just going to push it 10 feet straight. He's going to push him 10 feet away from him. It's part of Repelling Blast. Where'd my dice go? Where'd my music go? Where'd my music? Okay. Yeah. So, that's his turn. The Coral Golem is going to. It was going to attack Victor, but Victor is now out of range, so it's just going to stand there and not do anything.
It doesn't get to move?
It gets to move. It chooses not to,
Oh, okay.
because it is acting as a shield for the down.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth is going to attack the golem. That's a natural 1. Nothing happens. That's a 24, which hits. That is a 17, which also hits. 2 hits is 13 and 16. So total of 29 points of damage to this Golemite. Not looking good.
Who's left in our party?
Left.
To go.
Finnan and Victor. And Finnan is going to run up on the golem. And he's going to pull out his scimitar. And he's going to slice it. And a 27 will hit. Y'all know what that means.
Yes, go
Because
baby
Elizabeth
go.
is not incapacitated and she is within reach. Right. $34 points of damage.
Wow, that
This
was
golem is not looking good.
I'm glad.
And as his bonus action, Finnan is going to attack him again for the hell of it.
No, it's going to attack him again
And
and kill it.
No, he missed. Victor is going to kind of brush the blood from his lip and kind of feel his chest for broken bones, find out there's nothing there, and scream because his chest plate is gone. I'm kidding. Find out that his ribs are not broken. And then come running back in. And he's going to run 10 feet forward and attack the golem. That's a 15 misses, 14 misses, a 20 hits. That is 11 points of damage, and the golem is down.
Oh, down or not or dead?
Dead.
Okay.
We always ask because there are some beings that are down but not dead.
Undead are the only ones, zombies specifically, the only ones that I've ever encountered that can get back up again.
Have we
Or
encountered
players.
a golem before?
Never fought a golem before.
So I didn't know.
Finnan, I know you can't hear me. Great job.
Oh, it's bad. It's specifying about sound.
Oh.
It just says no matter can pass.
Ah.
I don't know. I don't know if you can hear.
Well, of course, the scientists argue about whether sound waves.
That's my point right there. The scientist in my brain is having an argument.
Yeah.
And the funny-looking human is going to. I'll check this spell right here. Rats. So we're looking for using that. She is going to cast Hypnotic Pattern on everyone in a radius that is calculated to miss you, but catch Victor, Elizabeth, and Finnan. They'll have to make.
What kind of spells are these? We don't have two concentration spells, for instance.
No, Charm Person is not a concentration spell.
Just wanted to.
Believe me, I checked very carefully.
I shouldn't have asked you until after she cast it. But.
Man, I wish I could do that. Yeah, wisdom saving throw. So Victor, Elizabeth, and Finnan make a wisdom saving throw, which I found out thanks to Elizabeth's elegant quarter pattern thing that she has with her samurai
Yeah.
archetype. She actually has proficiency in wisdom saving throws. I did not realize that before.
Oh, hey, we'll take it now.
That's a
Would you
fail
close
on
the
Victor's part,
chimney cover?
I think.
With advantage or not?
No advantage. This is not charm person. This is not a pattern. Yeah, that's a fail on Victor's part. And unfortunately, even with her proficiency, that's a fail on Lisbeth's part.
Mm-mm.
She got a +6 on her wisdom save, so she still failed.
Oh, bummer.
And Venom, the one guy you would expect to get hypnotized by the shinies,
Yeah.
rolls a natural 20 for a total of 20
All right.
and passes. So Victor and Elizabeth are just like completely eyes glazed over, frozen, just staring at something that only they can see anymore. It was this brief pattern of like a sparkler writing your name kind of thing
Yeah.
in the air, and then it disappears, and they're just like just staring. And Finnan is just like, oh crud. It is now your turn.
I'm gonna try and banish again.
Do it. Nope. 25. Oh no! I'm sorry. Yeah. He's gonna deliberately fail it.
Huh?
He's gonna deliberately fail. You're good. Banish him.
He deliberately failed.
He deliberately failed because he realized what you were doing. Remember?
He said, "Do it again."
He said, "Try again."
Oh, I figured he was figuring he was gonna. Yeah. Okay. So I've got to get rid of my other 4. So he's not there anymore. It's just her versus
Hang on.
him.
Hang on. Let me recheck something really fast here. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, he would not do that. No, he would not. I am so sorry. That is a fail. Sorry.
Does he get any advantage on his roll?
Not on.
Oh,
That.
because that's the saving throw. Yeah, right.
He just rolled with he just rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
That's all he says.
Yes.
So that's another failed. Yes, what's wrong?
No, I was asking for time.
So, with that, the banishment does fail, unfortunately. Adra, you're up.
I would like to bonk the human with my spiritual weapon, please.
Okay.
13 plus 10 plus 11 is 24.
Yeah,
Okay.
roll damage.
6. 7 plus 10 is 17. Careful.
You're looking hurt.
That's good news.
Okay. The down is going to whack you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, too kind.
No, he's not. However, he is going to step over to no, he's not. Oh wait. Yeah. How long do you think it's been since you guys walked into the tower? Total time? Maybe.
Well, we had like 4 rounds upstairs, and we're in the top of the 4th one-ish now, so...
Counting time walking
Yeah,
to
that
the
I-
tavern,
yeah.
time talking
Walking
with...
to the tavern
I'm
or
walking
into-
into the tavern,
Ah.
talking with the down,
Oh, gosh.
fighting, looking, walking, searching, and so on. Would you estimate there's been more or less than an hour? Close enough that you can't really tell?
I'm going to say it's one shade this way or the other side of it.
Okay. as he flicks the tentacle at you, his form shimmers, and he just gets this like face, and his aspect changes from that of a human to that of a drow.
Oh, we've had them before. Yes. Uh-huh.
And just for the heck of it, he is going to do that one again. He's going to take the alcohol and just roll it across his lip again. Okay. The golem is currently being... Oh no, it's dead. Excuse me. The golem is going to sit there in a crumbled heap. Lisbeth is going to rush the creature, human creature. What? You're looking puzzled.
Go on. I'm not going to... my face is not my tongue.
I know that.
Yes.
She's going to attack. That's a hit. That's a miss. A total of 24 points of damage are dealt. The humanoid form gives way. Make a nature check for me. Who really wants to?
Let me see what I get.
If she does it alone, does she get advantage?
Nope.
I have a +0, so I'll
Oh,
do it.
just a minute. What is it?
No, you have to each make the individual check.
Okay.
What is this?
Nature check made individually.
10.
Oh, I got a +5 on that.
Well, it's not a human. That's for certain sure.
I know that. Yes, okay, cool.
11.
Not a human.
Hey, we have tons of information here. All right.
You know what? Screw it. Just for the sake. You hear a yelp from Finnan as you see recognition dawning in his eyes as he looks over at you guys and going, and look. Then he looks back at Vidown and goes, "What in the seven hells are you doing with an Undine?"
A what?
An Undine.
Oh, that's a creature.
Yes, it's basically a sea witch.
Oh.
There you go.
To which
To which,
Vidown looks him dead in the eye and retorts, "She's a good kisser." And Finnan just goes, "Oh, no," and just starts backing away. He is clearly freaked out by this situation.
well, yeah.
Wow. Finnan is going to run.
Is he like charmed or something?
No.
I was just.
He just
smart.
figured out what's going on here.
Okay.
And he's not doing good right now. He is running away.
Okay. All right. I did invite you into my box, but I don't know how to get you.
He's hiding behind the box right
Okay,
now. He's
okay.
going to use his action, movement, bonus action. He's going to dash all the way 75 feet around behind the box.
Okay.
He's like, I am not getting any closer to that thing than I need to. Victor's going to look at him and be like, well, this is awkward. And he is going to back up 30 feet and use his longbow. That's a hit. 18 will hit.
I'm going back to college to be your friend.
Well, I'm not listening to your advertisement, period. Hail free Spotify. And that is 11 points of damage. Which wipes out the Undying. Whew.
Oh, thank goodness.
So the only the enemies that are left are the Undyne, so now I'm free.
Yeah. Well, I'll
If
say
she's,
yes.
if she's dead.
The spell technically lasts for an hour. There's no mention
Oh.
of concentration.
Oh.
So technically, one of your friends just died. One of your friends just killed one of your other friends. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
I don't really 100% know how that works. So the spell specifies no concentration, just for an hour.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Um,
So whose turn is it? Me.
Hers, but yeah, it's yours.
yeah, it's technically your turn.
And there is nothing that I can do to recover. I've got to have somebody.
Well, I don't know. I will say no. Based on the way that we did it last time,
Yeah.
the charm effect ends when the person dies. The way we did it in the Black Spider's
Right.
Cave, when Lisbeth was charmed and Victor ran
Right.
Nesnar through, was that Lisbeth's charm effect ended when Nesnar died.
Right.
So you're no
no-
longer charmed.
Okay, that's what I was going off of. And,
Yeah.
Okay. So now I've got the ability to do things,
Mhm.
and it's my turn.
Mhm.
And what we want to do is capture him without killing him.
Hold him.
Oh, I have to make two. Oh yeah, another foot of water. Right, the
Yeah.
chamber level rises to 2 feet. By the way.
And she's not the one that is continuing. She must have
It's
also
just a
hold.
physical thing, I'm imagining, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
To answer your question, here, her death did not end the water coming in.
Okay.
Real quick, do you remember how much damage you dealt to the down the last time you hit him?
Last time I hit him, 24.
Okay. I'm just making wisdom. I'm just making con checks to see if he lost concentration from the force cave, which he did not.
What does geese do?
Gaius? Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Gaius is a. Well, geese.
The geese follow us
No,
around.
so geese will summon the horrible goose. If you want to cast geese,
No.
you will summon a goose that will follow you forevermore. Or maybe it won't. Maybe it will just die. You don't know. Gaius will put together. You place a magical command on a creature that you can see within range. You must make a wisdom saving throw. While the creature is charmed by you, it takes 5d10 psychic damage. Each time it acts in a manner directly counter to your instructions, but no more than once each day. A creature that cannot understand you is unaffected by the spell. You can issue any command you choose short of an activity that results in certain deaths. Should you issue a suicidal command, the spell ends.
So if that succeeds, I could give him instructions to tell us where the key is.
One time, yes. One set of commands.
Well, that would then allow everybody else to kill him.
Wait a minute. Telling us where the key is does not put the key in our possession.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm trying to figure out something that'll just hold him. Unfortunately, I
I think
don't
you have hold person.
Yeah.
hold
Should.
person.
You've used it before.
Right.
Or attempted to use it on a hobgoblin in Cragmaw Castle and it
Right.
failed.
So
and Victor
what
ended up
level
strangling
is
him.
that?
Somewhere sub 5th level capable, so
Right.
first or second level, because we were at Cragmaw and we hit 5th level after the Black Spider's Cave, because
Right.
you tried to hold person and then he succeeded on his save, and then Victor ended up strangling her to death to keep him quiet,
Right.
because we were right outside the door to Grohl's chamber.
The problem is that I don't have the adhere written down because I know I've used it, but it didn't make it into my
It's
list.
been a while since you used it, so that makes
Second level enchantment.
Okay, and there's my first, and there's second, Scorching Ray, Flaming sphere is the ones I've got written down. It's just those.
Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed.
Hmm?
Wisdom saving throw or else be paralyzed
For him.
is what it does.
Well, it's a level 2.
Mhm.
There's no advantage to casting it higher.
I think you can target for more creatures with it.
I just need one. Matter of fact, I really don't want to target anybody else
Oh,
here.
come on, it'd be funny. You.
So,
Yeah.
do I roll
No,
attack?
no, it's a saving throw. 19? As in your saving throw is 19? DC 19 saving throw, yes?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he is because I'm 20, so I'm pretty sure
Okay.
he's 19.
That's a 21 to save.
I
I'm
can't-
sorry, okay?
I
The
can't
dice-
attack anyone!
You could just attack him, you know?
No, I mean, I can't do anything.
You could just attack him. I'm
No.
just saying.
Yeah.
You
I do
keep
have
doing
the,
things that are playing to his strengths instead of trying to just attack him.
Well, I don't want
So
to kill him.
you don't have to kill him. You can, according to the rules of D&D, you can nominate any attack as non-lethal.
Oh.
We've done this before.
Forgot that. Okay.
So,
Okay.
Edra, you're up.
So can I nominate an attack as non-lethal?
You can bonus action spiritual weapon him as non-lethal, yes.
Non-lethal. Let's do it.
Send it.
19 plus 11.
That'll hit.
2. Ah, 13. Golly. Oh,
Well,
wouldn't matter.
no, it wouldn't. Because as you clock him upside the head, he looks around at the dead Undyne and very carefully pulls out his dagger from his belt and just puts it down on the floor and goes, I believe I'm ready for a parley now. And
Unbox me.
dispels the
Yes.
force cage around you.
Uh-huh. Well, you know what we need. You know what we are capable of doing.
Yes.
And I suggest...
But I don't think you realize that you don't hold all the cards here. You see, in the next, I would say, kind of looks at the wall, looks at the water level, 30 seconds or so, we're going to be flooded with water. So unless you care to breathe underwater, I would suggest that we come to an arrangement that is satisfactory for all parties involved. I can breathe underwater. Can you?
Friends?
How long does that last? It's a potion of water breathing, isn't it? An hour at most. I can breathe longer than that. The water level comes up to another foot. Finnan is now up to his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Agree to my terms, or swim. Your choice.
What are your terms?
Immunity. My life. And you leave the Coran Archipelago alone. Leave me to what I would do, and you shall have the key.
Immunity to stay here.
Continue with what I have planned. I'm sure you have the ability to impede my associates, but as of yet, I'm not a direct threat to you. At such time as that becomes a change of plan, we can renegotiate, but he looks over at Finnan, who is by now dog paddling. I would suggest that we make an arrangement quickly. Your short friend over there looks a little bit wet.
Then climb up on my shoulders.
Ah. Oh wait, no, that's that will tell him. Never mind. He's up. The water is now up to your neck, your chest midsection region.
Elizabeth, Victor, are we in accord on this?
He has us a bit over a barrel at the moment.
Mhm. Pretty close to being under the barrel, but
Yes.
yes.
Very well. Turn off the water, and let's see if we can work this out. Very well. And he conjures a spectral hand in the air. You recognize this as Mage Hand, and it floats around behind the dais. And a moment later, the water stops. Then the hand comes floating around to the other side, and on the far end of the room, he reaches into a small crevice in the wall, and a moment later the water starts to drain away through the far door. Now then, with the understanding that if you prove that you don't like what I'm saying, I can always just start the water again. Let's make a deal.
My understanding was that we had.
Good. Excellent. So, the deal is clear then. Immunity for me and my crew, and my associates here in the Corn Archipelago. You need to deal with my associates on land as you see fit. And in return, you receive the key. Yes?
When do we receive the key?
Right now, of course.
Victor, Elizabeth, are we in accord on this? I don't wish to speak for anyone
Yes.
completely. Very good.
Excellent, excellent. Pleasure doing business with you. Too bad it had to come at such grisly cost. But such is the nature of piracy. And he walks over to the small room from whence the sirens and the squid shark emanated, and dives into the water. And is gone for about a minute. And then he comes back out with... Where is it? It's about... Oh dear. Not the NFL. Or FanDuel. That's not what he comes back out with. What he does come out with is a finely worked leather satchel containing, with a grinning face worked into the flap. Right here. A secondary deal can be had for the bag. He kind of shakes it a moment. Opening it up, he reaches inside and then pulls out probably about maybe, what is that, 6 inches, 8 inches?
That? That's a little bit closer to 10.
Okay, it's about a 10-inch key worked in iron and brass with a strange symbol on the handle end. This is the key to Carval's crypt. This, he shakes the bag, is a bag of holding.
That's what I wanted.
But for a few small guarantees, the bag could be yours.
Did the key arrive in the bag of holding?
Oh, nonsense. I put it there. Now, it's a token of good faith. Hands you the key. It's yours. The bag could also be yours if you'd like to negotiate.
What did the two small
Beg your pardon?
items? You mentioned there were two small things.
Guarantees, of course, my dear wizard. Guarantees.
What would they be?
A more relaxed view towards my gentlemen upon the waves, should you happen to see us about our work, of course.
One guarantee is what you put forth on the table.
It's the second.
For one bag of holding.
One guarantee, one bag of
Guarantee
holding.
for a bag of holding.
Define relaxed.
A lack of aggression towards their activities, so long as they do not directly interfere with your own.
Lack of aggression, but perhaps assistance in defending?
Well, that could be arranged in return for something more.
I'm not sure what did you mean by defend?
Us helping those who are being attacked defend themselves.
Ah, yes.
I
Well, that
didn't
would
think
be
that
the
there
lack
was-
of interference on my part, wouldn't it? Well, against my gentleman, wouldn't it?
You said lack of aggression.
Aggression being tantamount to interference in this case. Aggression towards my gentleman being correlated mentally, of course, with the idea of interfering with them about their business, so long as they do not interfere with yours.
But our business routinely is protecting people from pirates.
Well, of course, we would see that you were monitoring that particular merchantman and go on about our business. Perhaps warn you of other pirates in the area? Perhaps not. But should we see the Pearl of the Depths on monitor, we would, of course, in no way attempt to intervene upon your contract. That's just bad business.
You would do that anyway.
No. We've engaged with you in the past, and while circumstances have been mixed, there have been one or two times where both our side and yours have come out less than satisfactory. And you do remember there were 2 or 3 times where the ship was attacked by pirates, the Pearl of the Depths was driven off, and the cargo sacked, which was the lean months when you didn't
Right.
make money.
Right.
However, with assurances of non-aggression, we would of course not interfere with your business. And, of course, to sweeten the deal, we'd have a bag of holding.
What is the advantage of having a bag of holding?
Oh,
I don't know.
okay, let me read through what a bag of holding can do for you. So, a bag of holding has an interior space considerably larger than its outside dimensions. Its outside dimensions are roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. The bag can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet.
Wow.
The bag weighs 15 pounds, regardless of its contents. Retrieving an item from the bag requires an action. If the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed, and its contents are scattered in the astral plane. If the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth on the ground, but the bag must be put right before it can be used again. Yes. Basically, you never have to worry about carrying the loot ever again, as long as you clean it out regularly.
So that's an 8 by 8 by 8. So 64 cubic.
64 cubic feet, 500 pounds. So, do we have a deal?
Have Victor and Elizabeth and Finn anything to say in this process?
We have the key. The bag would be nice.
Nice, but I think it comes at too high a cost,
Does it?
personally.
Why?
Is that what Victor and Elizabeth are saying, or are you?
Victor is agreeing with you. Finnan is asking why. Elizabeth is on the fence because she clearly does not agree with Victor, but she doesn't want to say that out loud.
Right.
I don't agree with Victor as being against it.
Correct.
Because of her leaning is different, I guess. And Finnan is what? Neutral chaos or something.
Something.
Yeah. So the cost. Well, the cost.
What's the
for
cost?
The cost is for our reputation.
They're not attacking us.
No, we're
They
also
don't
not.
attack us.
No, but we would have to turn down the defense of X when someone comes to us and says the pirates are
No. What we'd have
attacking.
to do is we would take the contract and they would not come near us. The lady makes a point. If you simply take a contract for defense, your flag is a warning not to attack. The only non-aggression would be towards seeing us in our conduction of business and not attempting to attack us. In exchange, we don't attack you ever, which will give you a good reputation of not being attacked by pirates, and thus bringing your merchant cargoes to their ports safe and sound, which will theoretically increase your business demand, and you'll have a bag of holding, which may or may not have some things inside of it that may or may not be of interest to you. I said kill him.
You're right. But we needed the key, Victor.
I know we needed the key. I still say kill him. But we can't do that because we made a deal.
That's correct. Because we needed the key, Victor.
We needed the key.
Yes. Yes. Beyond that, do you feel we need a bag of holding?
No.
I'm rather inclined to agree.
Finn's like,
Yes.
Well,
He's
what-
holding
what
on
just-
to the hat. Yes.
What just happened in the last discussion from our host was that he just sweetened the pot by mentioning that the bag may or may not have something.
May
to do
not
with it.
was on the table there.
Yeah.
May not was
May or may
definitely
not,
on the
yeah.
table there.
I'm not, you know,
I can guarantee there's a coin inside. Of a not insubstantial quantity. I had intended to keep it for safekeeping, and had forgotten that the coin was in there until placing the key within.
there's something about making a bargain with the devil.
I assure you, my dear elf, I'm not the devil, nor am I a devil. I'm simply a drow, trying to make his way in the world. The way I see it, it's a good business investment for both of us if we have this deal go through, because I don't get attacked by you, you don't get attacked by me.
Or any of your associates?
My gentlemen will leave you in peace. My competitors and peripheral associates I cannot answer for. However, my gentlemen will leave you in peace. And you have a magic
How do
artifact.
we know, how do the gentlemen, or how do we know who the gentlemen are?
They'll fly my flag.
One more point to clarify. You have a bit of a stable of pets at your disposal. They don't fly any flags.
No. You turned my pet into calamari.
Other pets that you might have? Miscellaneous sirens.
None that progress beyond the Coron Archipelago. For now. Should they progress, they will be at my flagship when I make my move on the shipping of the Sword Coast, at which point we will be free to make a deal again for your personal non-involvement. But why bother about that now? What I can guarantee now is that none of my pets will stray beyond the coastal waters of the Coron Archipelago for now. For the duration of this deal, none of them will trouble your shipping, as long as you do not sail directly to the Isles of Coron Archipelago.
And none of your gentlemen would take hostages that would require us to come and rescue someone.
Should they do so and you be contractually compelled to retrieve said hostages, I am quite sure an arrangement can be reached between us
To return
to return the hostages
safely
for
without
a nominal compensation for the effort put in.
ours.
Theirs. Your compensation would, of course, be the hostages and the monetary contributions of a grateful family.
Good call.
Why is it my call? I don't understand. Well, we know we have victory against human form. This was
Sort of on the fence, yeah.
I guess it's 2 and 2.
Well, seeing as I can't see the coin, I don't know what the offer is.
Oh.
Make your choice.
All right.
The bag or no bag?
Since this is a dice game.
You want the bag? Very well.
I don't want it. I rolled the dice. The dice want it.
You want the bag badly enough that you influence the dice. Therefore, an accommodation is reached then. We have an accord. Pleasure doing business with you. And he kind of just tosses Elizabeth the bag, and she just kind of one-hands it out of the air. Kind of pointedly not looking at Victor, who is just mad dogging her side eye, just like.
Yeah.
Finnan is just kind of like doing the scoochy scooch sidestep out the door. Just like, yes, well, it's been a good day, we gotta go! Alright. So,
we wanna
inside
get
the
back
bag of holding,
Oh.
you find. Where did the trove go? Yes. You have.
10 million gold pieces would be nice at this point.
Well, you have 1,800 silver pieces and 500 gold. Additionally, second. Find out what you have. First, you have, and I'm going to say you turn the bag inside out,
Sure.
because there's no way you would find all of this
Right,
stuff
right.
without. So you just kind of turn the bag inside out, and 1,800. You're back on the Pearl of the Depths. You
Yeah,
walk out.
right.
There's a pack of scruffy-looking spellcasters who are waiting for you in the charred tavern, and Vidown is coming up behind you and just goes, "At ease, my gentlemen, we've struck an accord. I'll fill you in on the details later, but for now, let them pass." And you get back to the ship, you turn the bag inside out, and you find a potion of healing, two potions of healing, excuse me. Whoa. Okay.
Do you know what an AWO is?
I'm hoping it's good.
So 3 potions of healing and a small sphere of thick glass weighing 1 pound. I'm going to say over time you cast Identify on it, and you identify it as a drift globe. If you speak the command word, you can cause it to emanate the light or daylight spell. Once you use the daylight effect, cannot be used again until the next dawn. When you speak another command word as an action, to make the illuminated globe rise into the air and float no more than 5 feet off the ground. The globe hovers in this way or until you or another creature grasps it. If you move more than 60 feet away from the hovering globe, it follows you until it is within 60 feet of you. It takes the shortest route to do so. If prevented from moving, the globe sinks gently to the ground and becomes inactive, and its light blinks out.
Prevented from moving as in something's.
A wall. If you
Ah,
shut a door
gotcha.
on it, for example, it will just kind of bump into the wall and into the door and stop.
Nice.
Other things you find are... Oh, don't forget you have an alchemy jug, by the way.
Yes.
A what?
Check.
Alchemy jug.
Make sure that everyone remembered that. Because I didn't remember the Nomen Guard grenade. So, just want to make sure everyone remembered that thing. Next you have... Interesting. Okay. You find a cap of water breathing and a set of goggles of night, which you already have one set of. They're basically night vision goggles.
Which are useful for everybody but the two of us.
Yes.
So now we have 2.
Yes.
Nice. Are they limited in use, or are they just?
They exist.
And the cap of water breathing has a time frame?
Let me check. Cap of water breathing has... You can speak its command words and action to create a bubble of air around your head. It allows you to breathe normally underwater. This bubble stays with you until you speak the command word again. The cap is removed, or you are no longer underwater.
So you could stand under there for a while.
And then, finally, another potion of invulnerability comes spelling out.
The what?
Invulnerability. So yeah,
Here we go. And the key.
and you have the key.
Well, your key was in your hand.
So you,
No, it's
I
back
assume
in
you
the-
put all of that
everything
back
was
in.
back in. Yeah.
All right. So who wants to keep track of the bag of holding?
Probably
Not-
nobody would finish.
That was the words coming out of my mouth.
So who does want to keep track of the bag of holding?
I can do that.
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
Maybe it would be better if you did.
Okay, Victor or Elizabeth? Do you think?
Oh, it's
Elizabeth? All right.
She wanted
Elizabeth is
to
going
pick
to
the
hang on to
house.
that. Give me a minute while you roll for... Yeah, roll for the day.
Roll for the what?
Roll for the day. Sailing.
What's
Sailing.
how long is going to be? Do I add anything to it? 16
Nope.
is what I have.
16. I think... I found it in my notes. Am I asking?
I got a 10.
I just needed one of you.
Oh, good. You win. I'm assuming Diggy was better.
Oh, come on.
Is it a notebook left?
Yeah, it's my notebook. Oh, curses.
Is this it?
No, it's the other one.
There's just books.
There's a couple
I got
of
two of them down here. Good. Alright, here we are. Okay. Alright, there we are. Yes. Okay. 4. 3. Sorry. Trying to find where I put the list of things that happen on a daily basis. Oh, here it is. Smooth sailing for a day.
Cool.
It's a 2-day trip back, right?
Yep.
Alright, roll for
If
the
we
next
have
day.
smooth sailing.
So you have smooth sailing for the day, so roll for the next day. Who wants to roll for the next day?
You want to roll?
I have been rolling so miserably.
20.
Smooth sailing.
Okay.
So, as you get back,
Galactic College to be your friend.
Nobody cares. Uber Eats. So, as you proceed back to Waterdeep, you are. What are you doing?
Well, first we have to get to, I don't remember who it is that we need to get this key
Temple of
back to.
Belzarn?
Yes, Belzarn.
Alright. So you proceed back to the Temple of Belzarn, and they are incredibly grateful to have the key back in their possession. And they need a day or two to get things prepared, but they would like you to come along to go to the crypt.
Excellent.
And as they're saying this, one of the acolytes knocks on the door to the High Priestess's chambers and informs her, I beg your pardon, High Priestess, but there's a visitor asking for the children of Neverwinter by name. She says it's urgent. It's a lady. And as you come out, it is Sister Gorel.
Sister, I figured it was Sister.
And she has a yellowish, greeny, fading bruise across one side of her face. Her hair has obviously been cut very, very short, and she is just drawn with exhaustion. And she's clearly on the point of collapse as she kind of walks towards you and goes, "Oh, thank the gods I found you. They've come.
We need to get
The
her
Inquisition has come
I was gonna say, let's give her a healing
to
potion.
Phandalin." And she just collapses. Sure. I mean, she's yeah. It brings her back around. She's currently mostly exhausted, but as she recovers, she explains what she was talking about. Let's see, it's been about 3 or 4 days ago. A group of knights came riding into Phandalin, calling themselves the Inquisition, and they make a perception check. Or an insight check, I don't know, whichever one is better.
You want me to take just one of us?
Both of you.
19.
You're fine.
Okay.
You see, as she mentions the Inquisition, the High Priestess just gets rigidly tense. And Sister Gorel explains that the Inquisition was preaching that magic is the realm of the gods, and that those who traffic in the arcane or give succor to those who do, or associate in any way with the traffickers in the arcane, are heretics, and must submit to penance and to the mortification of their sins for the expiation of their souls. And
Who died and made them God?
a lot of people, apparently. I don't know. But there was some fighting. But what's up? We're not fighters. What can we do?
I take umbrage at somebody telling me that I'm a heretic because of who I am.
Well, there were those who did. There were those who fought. And those who fought and survived were branded heretic. And she kind of unlaces the neck of her tunic and pulls it down. You can see a capital H with a symbol of a winged skull breathing fire atop it, branded into her chest.
Have I got the skill to remove that?
Finn looks over and goes, "You darn well better."
I can't imagine that I don't. Healing.
Probably Greater Restoration would do it.
Yeah.
Lesser Restoration would not take care of it. Greater Restoration would
Yeah,
probably take care of it.
absolutely. Yeah.
Several of the others were similarly branded.
Would the Great Restoration and the process remove the damage from the bruising and
The
hair
healing spell, the
and
healing potion
everything?
took care of most of that.
Okay.
They have stopped the mine from producing, as the Forge of Spells was deemed arcane and therefore heretical. Anyone who had ever helped you guys
Us in
in
particular, huh?
in Phandalin was deemed associating with the traffickers in the arcane, and they were forced to do penance in the form of fines and expiation. Several of them have fled into the Crypt Garden Forest or the Emerald Forest, but those that remain are firmly under the thumb of the Inquisition. She managed to take a horse the second night after her branding and ran for Waterdeep. I think that was where you guys were. And as she passed through, along a high road past Leylon, she noticed that it was also, that the banner of the Inquisition floated above Inyard's tower. And she stopped for the night in the Mere and met up with Hussein, the lizard folk chieftain, who was currently helping guide a small band of refugees from Leylon, including Allium, Inyarv, and Puck, who had fled after being branded heretic or attempted to be, at least denounced as such, for giving aid. And Inyarv was sentenced to death for being a heretic and managed to flee via a alchemical fire trap at the bottom of his tower and a teleportation circle at the top.
Huh.
So while the Inquisition burned at the foot of the stairs, he teleported out. This did not sit well with the Inquisition, and they took it out on the town. Several of the lesser buildings were burned or gutted in other ways. The Shrine of Lathander was converted to their headquarters, and they've been spreading out looking for other places where the traffickers in the arcane have associated. It's inevitable they will reach Waterdeep soon.
How many are we talking about?
In Phandalin, perhaps 10 or 15. In Leylon, as many as 30. With some with strange beasts that worked with them.
That sounds like the arcane to me. How incongruous.
It did not look to be arcane.
Perhaps
In
surgically.
fact, the arcane seemed not to hurt them. I was attacked by one along the road. I heard it named Valedrin. That was the beast's name, or its creature name, I do not know. But the warrior who attacked me named himself a Grimblade, and my spells did nothing to him. I have some limited capacity in the arcane myself through divine magics, but they did absolutely nothing to both beast and man. I barely escaped because Hussein and his men appeared, his warriors appeared and managed to overpower in a surprise assault, but without them I would have been captured or worse.
This is shocking
Make
news.
an insight check if you want to.
An insight?
Yes.
For once.
19.
Okay.
I've got 24.
You can see that the Belzaran priestess of Helm is just rock still. They're obviously very agitated by the news. dismantled in the last wars. Apparently, they found some haven to recuperate their evil. She kind of shakes herself and looks at you. Before your time, but perhaps not before yours. There was an incursion from the east by the Inquisition, as they called themselves at the time, a martial host marching for the eradication of all arcane magics. They claimed that magic was the gift of the gods and creation, and should not be twisted by man's arrogance into the sorceress and wizardric arts. They claimed that druidic and gnomish wild magic was a byproduct of centuries of man's decadence and arrogance against the gods, that they become so deeply tied into turning their backs upon the gods that the gnomes had imbued themselves with the arcane, that druids sought to place themselves in the seats of gods by drawing magic from the wilds instead of from gods as their proxies. We fought them. I say we, but the priests of Helm in Waterdeep, and the ancestors of the Alagandar family, and the Cardal family. The Cardals led the assault, and in so doing, they created the vault that now contains the objects of power that they wielded in that war. Thinking the Inquisition broken, they placed the objects in the vault and set the Archmage Korriban to create a labyrinth whereby only a true descendant of Carvel could descend and reach the vault. Carvel was one of the most powerful one of the most powerful arcane practitioners of her day, but she was human, and with humanity comes its weaknesses: distraction, love. She fell in love with the High Priest, my predecessor's predecessor. Or perhaps just predecessor. Time melts in my mind. Memory is fogged with the passing of the ages. But the High Priest, Reinhardt, and she were wed. When the Inquisition heard of it, mere words cannot describe their transcendent fury at discovering that a practitioner of the arcane had so in their minds ensnared one of the purest and best of the deific magic wielders of the day. They demanded that he hand her over for punishment. Naturally, he refused. And they rose again and brought a host against us. We brought the battle to them at Korriban's tower. She managed to escape, but Reinhardt stayed behind to lead the final defense and allow the escape of the rest of us, myself included. I was but a young acolyte at the time. As her love died, Korriban's mind broke under the strain, and she went mad. The consequence of her madness was that we discovered that she had tied herself and her consciousness into the construction of her tunnels. And now the tunnels themselves have gone mad. An ever-shifting pattern of traps and dead ends, monsters conjured by the mind of lovely Korriban. This is why we need you. To help us navigate these tunnels. To reach the vault. And to recover Cardol's treasure. Will you help us?
I don't know that they have much choice on that.
We will do what we can to ease the suffering of your friends, Fandolin and Layla. We can lead a strike force with your aid to eradicate what Inquisitors currently lodge there. But as soon as we must move the tunnels of Karaman.
I'm absolutely convinced that we need to do that.
We do not have much to offer you now, but what we have we can offer. In the form of potions and artifacts. Our forces are spread thin at the moment, but we can hold off the incursion into the tunnels until you arrive.
The big thing about we've got a group of people there that believe the use of anything magic, of which every one of the people in our party either are magic wielders or are carrying weapons of magic. It's not something that we really are neutral on going forward. And then
Finnan
the monetary thing
Finnan
is,
is just.
Yeah.
It doesn't take an insight check to see this little halfling is in the throes of murderous, killing rage right now.
Right.
He is just kind of sitting very still on the ground, holding Sister Garel's head in his lap, just knuckles white on his sword. He wants to kill all of them right now.
we
They
give him
hurt.
that
They
opportunity.
hurt Sister Garel. He is going to burn their corpses, piss on the remains, and dance on the unmarked grave.
Go Finnan.
And Victor is not far behind because this is just not okay.
Right.
I think we're in.
Elizabeth is the most neutral of the bunch, and she ain't happy either.
Who owns the mine?
Technically, Gundren, Nundro, Gundren and Nundro, Rockseeker, own the mine.
Okay.
She has a family investment, managerial, cut
Which
of the mine.
town is
Fandolin.
Elizabeth?
Oh, Elizabeth is from.
No, they've got a stake in one of the towns.
I mean, they have stakes in both Fandolin and
Okay.
Leyland. It's unclear whether Thunder Tree has come under the influence of the Inquisition yet, but really, Victor has the most stake in that. And at this point, he's kind of signed off a little bit. They have a statue in his honor. He put them back on their feet. At this point, we could go up there, but it's low on the priority list right now. Fandolin and Leyland are the two priority targets right now. In that order. Although, if we operate by conventional means, Leyland is first because it's closer. If we operate by heretical means, namely teleportation, the use of the arcane,
Right.
then Fandolin is first because
And we have an object or whatever for there. Yeah.
you have a serviette ring from the Stonehill Inn, and more importantly, you have a small piece of statuary from Trezendar Manor, which you could teleport into either one of those places without mishap. personally, I recommend you teleport into Trezendar, both for the element of surprise, and so you don't accidentally teleport into a chair. Or a barbade.
Shins, really hard on the shins to teleport.
So, everyone gets a long rest, obviously, because you've been on the ship. And I'll give you another long rest before you run for...
Well, I'm going to use the teleport, so I will want a long rest after that.
Yeah. Unless you choose to operate by convention means.
What do you mean by that? Operate by conventional means.
Meaning take a ride.
Oh. We don't need our horses, or do we?
You don't need your horses.
Yeah. So I can't teleport the horses and us.
No.
So we.
So the choice is yours. You can either leave the horses behind and fight on foot, which is fine. We've done it before, we can do it again. Or we ride. Your call. Honestly, Finnan wants to get there as quickly as possible, but he is remembering that he does have a direwolf.
Right.
So he's just not thinking logically right now.
Mhm.
So he's just kind of, I don't care, as long as we get there. So
Well,
Where is there it is. How much can I teleport?
up to 7 willing creatures, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah. We're one shy. I was gonna say that our horses are horses,
Mm-hmm.
right.
but the dire wolf and the 2 war horses bring us to 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that the dire wolf and the horses would be willing, but
Yes.
unless I did it as two different days or 2 different rests, and
Then you have to teleport there and back again.
yeah.
And, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys this, but upon completion of the key returning to Belzarin's temple, you all level up to level 15.
Oh,
Level 15.
So if that changes your calculations at all,
I thought it was going to be a bad thing with regards to us.
oh, good heavens.
So I now have an 8th level spell.
Correct.
Wow.
Yes. You also get 2 free spells as part of your level up. We can discuss that later unless you have something pressing you wanted to acquire.
I don't know. I need probably to look at the 8th levels to see if there's anything that, like teleport is, and chain lightning is 7th.
You 6th, 5th, 6th, 7th? I don't know.
6th.
Something
It's
like
either
that.
6th.
Just overwrite my hit points here real fast.
We don't get more hit points, do we?
Yes, you do. You get your hit dice, which is I think is a D6 and a D8, respectively, plus your Constitution modifier.
The Constitution modifier is garbage.
Well,
I remember correctly.
yes.
It's +2. So not complete garbage.
So not complete garbage.
Not negative.
You said there's a minimum that I can get too.
4, I think. Or 3. It's whatever
Need
the
a
average.
6.
Whatever the average of 6 is on your dice. Give me
3.
1 second. Here, I'll calculate it here so I can get it right. Yes. Well, I'm gonna double check that here because it says 3.5, and sometimes things round up and sometimes they round down. So I'm gonna double check your wizardness here. Wizard or 4. So it's 4, 5, or 6. Wow. Ooh, Victor, my boy.
That's sounding good.
That.
Wait a minute, you said a D6.
Or 4 plus 2.
Yeah. A D6. Oh, a 4. Okay.
D6.
So the least
so
that I can
4,
get
5, or
is
6 on your D6 plus 2. 6?
6.
Good. So,
My first good roll of the day.
It's a good place to have a good roll.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So I was,
Holy crap!
what?
Victor is at 206 hit points.
Oh yes.
So I'm adding up
Oh.
6 and 4.
Yes.
So I've now got 114.
Elizabeth is at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 168.
Wow.
And Finnan, squishy Finnan, is at 139.
Zounds.
What are you at?
Well, I'm trying to figure it out because my nose here, it doesn't make sense to me. It says 11d8.
So you run a
Minimum.
D8 or 5 plus your con mod for your new max HP.
Right, but I roll it 11 times.
No. Hit. Those should be your hit dice, and that's from when you were level 11.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
your current hit dice are 15d8, and those are the things you can either roll as a healing surge in the middle of combat for an action, or up to half of them as a short rest for heal,
Okay.
because we roll with healing surges around here.
Right.
So anytime during combat, you can take your action and
And spend some
roll
of
and spend one of your 15 d8s,
Right.
one of them, and regain hit points equal to the roll of the d8.
So I've got,
Which for
I
healing
used
surges,
5.
we use the averages.
I used 5 at one point in time, but that with a rest.
Multiple long rests ago, you're fine.
Okay. So I have 15d8.
Correct. So you roll one d8, and it's either a 5, 6, 7, or 8, plus your Constitution modifier. What do I get at 15?
All right.
Fight hard. What do you do?
Come on, baby. Oh wait, that was not right. I rolled 2 dice. Five plus my 2 is right. Minus 2. So now I have.
Victor gains an extra superiority dice. He now has 6 superiority dice.
Wow. I've got a note at the top of my work here that says Warcaster feat.
You have the Warcaster.
I have it. Okay.
I do also.
Yes,
I'm not
you
supposed
took
to
the
take it.
Warcaster feat
Last.
the last time you took an ASI.
Okay.
So what does that give us? I can't.
It gives you advantage on concentration checks for concentration spells for when you make a Constitution saving throw if you take damage while it's focusing on a concentration spell. And if you make an opportunity attack, you can, instead of using a melee weapon attack, you can use a spell that targets another creature. I'm going to be specific on that because I saw this on the internet, and I'm going to potentially use it myself if I run this up against something with a spellcaster again. A person moving through your space can provoke an opportunity attack. It does not have to provoke a harmful opportunity attack with Warcaster. Meaning, let's just say, for the sake of argument, the one that they used in the video, Victor runs through your space and away. He triggers an opportunity attack, and you cast something like Haste, or Enlarge, or Invisibility, or something like that as a reaction. Yeah,
Can I do that too?
theoretically, yes. You could cast
I don't have
Cure
those.
Wounds, or
That's the
Holy
one.
Weapon, or something, or Shield of Faith
Uh-huh.
on someone running through your space.
Protection from evil and good.
Something like that. Yes.
Invincibility.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Sounds like a good strategy.
Very cool.
Yes, it is. Oh,
Okay.
I get relentless.
Do you get what?
Relentless. Meaning
Ooh.
when I roll initiative and have no superior dice remaining, I regain 1 superiority dice. Permanently.
So does my DC or AC change?
No.
Okay.
How about spell
My
save
spellcasting
or spell
modifier?
attack modifier?
No.
Okay.
That only changes when your intelligence or wisdom respectively changes, and then your AC should only change when you get a cool piece of armor or when you up your dexterity.
Okay.
AC.
Armor class.
Okay, and DC is
19. That will not change appreciably unless you... Or is it 20 now?
I've got 17 written down.
No, you're 19.
So it's 19? Okay. So
Yeah.
you're 19 DC, and then you're a plus 10, a plus 9? Plus 10. Plus 9? What is
I'm
it?
plus 11. He's
I'm
not.
Plus 10.
Yeah.
So you're a plus 10 to hit with your spell attacks.
Yeah.
What did you say that number was for the spell save?
19. Oh.
And it's 10 down here at the next one?
Should be, yes.
Yeah, I had 9.
I gain 2 new maneuvers.
Ooh.
I can decide what I want to use now.
Wow.
And I can replace one of my current maneuvers. So, maneuvers. What do you want to do? I can give you guys a quick rundown on some stuff you have access to in terms of spells. Edra, I'll run you by first.
Okay, I'm just getting
Ninth level spells you now have access to are Astral Projection, Gate, Mass Heal, and True Resurrection. Those are not, again, you can learn them up to a, and also both of you have one extra spell you can learn for the day.
So now instead of however many I had before, I have one more.
Yes.
So I had.
The number of spells that you, Edra, can learn is determined thusly. Your Wisdom modifier plus your Cleric level. So it'll be
Levels,
so 15 plus your Wisdom modifier of plus 6 now? 5? 6. So you can learn
21.
21 spells that you can just learn after a long rest, which you've done, so you can completely rewrite whatever you want out of your spell list. Anything you don't like, knock it off, and
Add others.
add others up to 21.
Cool. Cool.
Oh, wow.
Run gear.
I get
And also,
time.
Edra, these are not the only spells you can get access to, so I'm going to double check to make sure that I haven't missed anything with your Cleric. Oh, you can also, oh wow, this is a thing. You can get Power Word Heal at 9th level. Well, that's a 9th level spell, excuse me.
Right, but I got.
Those are 9th level spells that I was giving you. Hang on.
Right. Which
Give me one
includes
second.
Power Word Heal.
You have 8th level spells you can get, right? One
I'm
second.
pretty sure, yeah.
You just got your 8th level spell. Give me 1 second to read.
Oh,
find that,
okay, yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Bubble.
because I have a 7th one.
So you have Anti-Magic Field, Control Weather, Earthquake, and Holy Aura. That's fine. If
Okay.
anything just catches your ear, just let me know. Or if you want to look at something later, that's fine. Other things you can have are Sunburst,
That would make cantrip.
no, the 8th level spell. And let's see here. Yeah. cleric. You can get ceremony, life transference, dawn, holy weapon, and temple of the gods. Those are 1st through 7th level are available.
Other spells?
Those are 1st through 7th level spells that are available to you because I'm now introducing Tashes and Xanathars.
Oh, so they're
They're
literally
theoretically you,
first-
you should have been accessing them all this time, but I just forgot about them. But those, and if you want to look at anything beyond, let me know.
Okay.
Because, let's see, spells and Tashes.
Is it Tasha's thing or Xanathars that we listed them from last time?
Xanathars. Spells. So,
Good one.
Yeah, I can't touch it. I don't need it, but I can't get to it.
it needs to turn off.
Yes, I understand. Just push the button on the side. Right there, where your thumb is, push hard. Okay.
Extra ones you can also get are Spirit Shroud and Summon Celestial.
And those, what level?
Those are in Tasha's, and they are 3rd and 5th.
Spirit Shroud is the third.
5th. Or no, Spirit Shroud is the 3rd. Summon Celestial is the 5th.
I hope Summon Celestial.
You have Summon Elemental
Oh,
or Spirit Guardians
Spirit Guardians.
or Planner Ally. You also have that. So what that will look like is Spirit Shroud is you call forth spirits of the dead which flit around you for the spell's duration, concentration up to a minute. Until the spell ends, any attack you make deals at 1d8 extra damage. And any creature within of your choice when you can see within starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 feet to the start of your next turn. Summon Celestial means you need the reusable material component of a golden reliquary worth at least 500 gold pieces. Concentration spell up to an hour. You can either choose Avenger or Defender, and as an ally to you and your companion, it disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. So those are a few extra things that you have access to. Rongir, you also have access to things. I just don't know if you want them yet. But you have 2 free spells you can take. You both have 1/8 level spell slot now.
Yeah.
Your number of spells you can learn goes up by 1. So it's your intelligence modifier, I'm assuming, plus your wizard level.
That's 10. Plus
No, your what is your spellcasting thingy? It should be 20. You should have about 20. Yeah. So your intelligence modifier is plus 5. So your level is is 15. So you have 20 total spells that you can learn per long rest. And you can take any 20 spells out of your spell book and say, I want these for today.
yeah, clone
Yep.
is impossible.
Antipathy?
And sympathy.
Yes.
That's easy for you to say.
Control weather, demiplane, dominate monster, feeble mind is fun. Incendiary cloud, Maze, Mind Blank, Power Word, Sun, Sunburst, and Telepathy.
Oh, I remember Sunburst was one that I really wanted before, but
It was an 8th level instead of the 6th that you were trying to cast. So, those are what you have access to that are 8th level. You can get any spell of 8th level or lower at any time, learn it, and have access to it as part of the 20 that you learn.
Incendiary.
Incendiary Cloud is...
Swirling cloud of smoke shot through with white hot embers appears in a 20-foot range. The cloud spreads around corners and is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it. Each
10
creature,
fire damage.
10d8 fire damage on a failed save, half or successful. The creature must also make the saving throw when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or ends there. Cloud moves 10 feet directly away from you on a direction that you choose in the start of each of your turns.
Yep.
So that's one that sticks around.
Yep, up to a minute. Concentration spell. The only problem for you is, and it's not really a quote-unquote problem, it's just something to consider. It is a conjuration spell, not an evocation spell, meaning you cannot sculpt it around your friends. The only person that you should think about friendly firing with that thing is the rogue. Because he will almost always make his saving with evasion. Because it's a dex save, he will be able to get out of it. So, Maze is fun.
Yeah.
Maze is a 60-foot range, concentration of 10 minutes. You banish a creature that you can see within range into a labyrinthine demiplane. It remains there for the duration or until it escapes the maze. The target can use its action to attempt escape. When it does so, it makes a DC 20 intelligence check. If it succeeds, it escapes and the spell ends. Ooh. A Minotaur or a Garistro demon automatically succeeds. When the spell ends, the target reappears in the space it left, or if that space is occupied, the nearest unoccupied space. It's basically like 10-minute banishment, except they can try to get out of it themselves. Mind Blank is 24 hours, not concentration. One willing creature you touch is immune to psychic damage, any effect that would sense its emotions or read its thoughts, divination spells, in the charmed condition. Wow, the spell even foils wish spells and spells of, or effects of similar power used to affect the target's mind or gain information about this target.
Wow.
So it's an 8th level that can affect a 9th level.
Correct. So,
Power word stun.
Power Word Stun
I'm just
is-
going through the...
Yeah. Is, you speak a word of power that can overwhelm the mind of one creature, leaving it dumbfounded if the target has 150 hit points or fewer. It is stunned, otherwise the spell has no effect. The stunned target will take a Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns. On a successful save, the stunning effect ends.
Don't want to use it on a dragon.
So, with that, I'm going to let you guys finish deciding what spells you want a bit more on the fly. As you decide whether you want to ride to Leylon first, or teleport Saw horses to Fandle. The choice is yours.
Finn, I know you want us to be there as fast as possible, but we need to take our
Okay. So we will
horses
ride to
and
Leylon
our-
first. So we will pick that up again next week and find out what horrors the Inquisition has awaiting you in Leylon. Everyone, I appreciate you coming along on this adventure. If you liked what you saw, best way to support the channel is to go to the Printify shop in the bio, Matt Walker's Bazaar. I will be dropping some fall-related merch pretty soon here. The other way you can help the channel grow is to leave a like, drop a comment, share it on social media, and tell your friends about it. And as always, stay hydrated, stay adventurous, and we'll catch you on the flip side.